Hello and welcome to our podcast series, Conversations with KidsPeace. I'm Bob Martin. We have a really special story to share with you. Earlier this year, we came across an unusual collaboration between the education programs at KidsPeace's Orchard Hills campus and our neighbors at the Lehigh Valley Zoo in Schnecksville, Pennsylvania. So we went out and we talked with some of the folks who are involved with putting this collaboration together, and we want to introduce you to the true stars of this particular program. Here's our story.
My name is Gina DeLuva. I am the Director of Education at KidsPeace National Centers.
I'm Cher Vadalero, and I'm the Director of Conservation Education here at the Lehigh Valley Zoo. When we get new ambassador animals, they go through a lot of training, and part of that training is to practice going off-site to different unfamiliar locations.
When the zoo was gifted the Asian owl, they needed a place for the owl to get used to people and get used to the public.
We have a docent here, and she has a sister that works at KidsPeace. She overheard us talking about where can we go? Like, where can we offer this programming so that our animals and our educators can get practice? So Tina was like, hey, my sister works at KidsPeace. I can see if they'd be interested in helping with that.
Tina came running down here and said, Gina, guess what? Can we? Should we? And I said, it sounds wonderful. So I reached out to the zoo. Danny was terrific, and we set up a schedule.
My name is Danny DeMarco, and I am the interpretation coordinator here at the zoo.
I'm Barb Thatcher. I'm the master teacher at the Donnelly Tech Building. The educational mission here at KidsPeace is to get the students really involved. We want to get them to learn and be excited about it.
So our mission is to connect our community with nature to empower people to protect wildlife. It's important to connect them to animals, give them the information, but we want them to be inspired to do something about it and take some type of conservation actions. So our field trip programs, it starts off bringing them in the room, setting up a couple of rules, just some expectations, because we're bringing animals in there and no one wants a scared animal or a scared kid. So any of our sensory programs, we're working usually with the autistic community in some way, and it involves meeting an animal and then doing some type of interactive activity that gets them involved with their hands. Today we did an enrichment session where they got to build enrichment for our otters. They don't want to sit for 30 minutes. They're not going to have the same attention span, so we're trying to make sure they can enjoy the program and learn as much as possible while also giving them a fun time.
You should mention, in the background, you have somebody who is desperate to try to get on camera. Who are we here?
Yeah, so we are currently in one of our ambassador animal spaces. So we do have Glypt. He is our three-banded armadillo running around behind me. He loves to be the center of attention. So he'll sleep all day until we are trying to do something in this room.
The ages in this classroom, the kids were 6 to 10 years old. Environments where they came from, they have never seen an animal that close up. The first session were the possums. It was Poppy and Petunia.
We showed off some of their training. They can stand, do some spins. That was a really cool one, especially because they're a native animal that if kids see them, it's usually a scary situation where it's a possum running past them at night. That can be spooky.
I think the possum has a bad rap.
After the possums, then we got Betty, the porcupine.
When the kids saw the porcupine, they were a little hesitant at first. The misconception is that she shoots her quills out at people, which is not true. You have to touch the quills in order for them to get stuck and come out of her skin. So everyone was safe in the situation, and they just really enjoyed watching her eat and munch and make a really big mess, which kids love to watch. Animals make a mess, so.
They loved the porcupine. In fact, that was one of their favorite drawings. As you could see in this room, the porcupine was a big hit.
And then we brought our Eurasian eagle owl, which was a really big milestone for him. It was one of his first times going off-site.
When the owl came out of its compartment, just the size of it, the kids were in absolute awe.
She actually took the owl and she put it right here, right where we were talking, on a stand. She had it on her glove and it was attached to it. they were talking about it forever. They were looking forward to each of the times that they were coming. They were so excited from one week to the next week to wait and see what kind of animal that they were going to bring.
And so it was just amazing how they were in awe. Because one of the things they would take the animals out of their cases, and it would be like, oh, wow. It was, the whole room just kept making noises. It was just another step for the kids to start really understanding nature. And Danny was so good in her presentations. She always tied everything to our environment and what we can do to keep the animals safe.
And it brings out excitement in the kids, and when you have the excitement in the kids, it's going to bring out their learning and their motivation. Rather than just sitting and kind of being bored or just reading about it, they actually get to see it, they get to see hands-on.
I think a lot of times kids have some negative experience with animals. They see a lot of TV that has some negative things with animals, so giving them anything positive, anything really nice, and sparking some type of respect or relationship with an animal is a great start for them as they move forward in their life. And even if they don't take away anything other than they saw an opossum, that's enough for me that it was a great experience, they had fun, it was positive, and that just makes their lives better anyway, even if they don't take a single fact away from me, which I hope they do. But if they don't, that's okay.
When you find something that students really like and really appreciate, all of the aspects within the school can touch upon addressing them. The art teacher can focus on some projects, or the music teacher can focus on some projects. The gym teacher, even crazy things like, let's pretend we're out in the wilderness and we're crawling like a porcupine, things like that.
This went on for like 3 months, and they are still talking about the animals. It gave them also a real self-worth, because in the whole school, this was the classroom that got to see live animals. And they talked about it, and they went back to residents in their houses, and they would say, you can't believe what we had today. We had an owl.
When the educators come back from doing programming and are just ecstatic about, the group, or knowing that the kids were engaged or the kids were excited and they asked really great questions, so you know that you were successful in what you were trying to do, is really rewarding still for me to get to experience that now through the staff that are running the programs. You always question, hopefully, someone will make that connection and grow up and maybe do some really awesome things. I remember as a kid in school having animals come into our classroom, and I think at that moment you might not even realize that that's a job that you can grow up to do. So then getting to now be that person that goes in and has that impact on our community is really rewarding and really, really neat to see.
We really want to thank Amanda, Danny, Brooke, Cher, and all the good folks at the Lehigh Valley Zoo for helping us bring this story to you. We also want to thank KidsPeace's Gina DeLuva and Barb Thatcher for explaining how it fits into our mission in terms of education with the kids in our care. And we really want to thank you for joining us as well. We hope that you'll join us again for more Conversations with KidsPeace. Until then, take care.